Good morning, guys. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Happy hump day. We are back for another video. Thank you guys for waiting on me. This morning has been very busy for me. So, but we're here. We got some great topics and updates for you guys. Hopefully you guys are ready for all of those. I see my top flights are in the building. I see you, Tef, in the building. Thanks for being here, love. And everyone else, hello to everyone. If I did not call your names individually, just know I love you guys down and appreciate you guys coming over to support the video. All right. Again, please don't forget to tap on that like button so you guys can support the video and push it to the algorithm. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. Of course, everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. I see some new faces, some new names in here. Good morning. What you say, GK? Good morning. Good morning. That's a new name. Thanks for being here. Welcome. Welcome. All right. All right. So let's get into the show. All right. So let's get into this topic here that I found with, we haven't talked about Jasmine Crockett in a while. I want to get into her and what she has to say about this Nolan Wells case, you guys. Jasmine Crockett is sharing her thoughts with what is that, Jacob Was on Nolan Wells case, saying that if you think race is not something to look at, you're not really trying to investigate. And I've said the same thing. I really think that race definitely is all up and through this case with Nolan Wells. And it's a sad situation that we're in 2026 and people are still acting like they're from the 1700s. And it's crazy, right? People are lying. People are hiding evidence, all of that. And hopefully all of this stuff comes out here really soon. Okay. But let's get into what Jasmine Crockett had.
This woman, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Nolan Wells investigation. Some people feel like it's racially motivated. What do you think?
I mean, I think that specifically as Black Americans in the United States right now, we are always going to question whether or not there is a racial motivation. But also, if you know the history of Mississippi, I think that you'd have to be blind not to question potentially what is happening, especially in the case of an 18-year-old who ends up deceased without his cell phone, without any communication whatsoever with anybody, prior to ending up deceased. And he was out with his Caucasian friends. And then law enforcement tells everybody there's no foul play to be suspected. Now, a blind man could see that there's something to investigate. And so I want to applaud the legal team, Ben Crump and his team, as well as his parents, for not giving up and accepting no as an answer.
Well, it sounds like you think it is racially motivated.
I absolutely think that, I can tell you that we don't have any answers. But if you think that race is not something to look at, then you are not really trying to investigate.
So what do you think?
Well, I mean, you know me. I'm a civil rights lawyer. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the fact that these white kids deleted their social media accounts. It's not like they sat down and talked to law enforcement. It's not even like law enforcement decided that they wanted to sit down and talk to them. They decided, oh, the little Black boy ended up dead without his cell phone, without his friends, going and telling his parents, oh, yeah, we got the cell phone. They got to go and track down the phone and find the phone. It looks like a racial thing to me. But hey, maybe we'll find out that it wasn't.
Well, what's interesting is we had his football coach on our TV show today, and he said that there was never any racial tension between any of the students or anything like that. So, I mean, that kind of points that maybe this wasn't racially motivated.
I mean, I can't say what even the cause of death really is. We know that there's an independent autopsy that's going on. But I can tell you that race is absolutely playing a role. What role? Whether it had to do with his death, whether it had to do with the fact that maybe your friends left you to die, or your friends didn't care that maybe you did die. I do believe that there's a racial component, or if it's just in law enforcement, not feeling as if Nolan Wells was worthy of an actual investigation, but instead decided that there was no foul play, seemingly with no evidence, without talking to any witnesses. That to me is where there are racial components to this for sure. But I will not say that I know for sure that race played a role in his death.
Are you in the camp of if Nolan was white and his friends were...
Yeah.
Okay.
The friends, listen, they would have absolutely been under the jail with no questions asked first.
Really?
But for sure.
Congresswoman, I wanted to get...
She's speaking right. Everything she said, I agree with, right? If you guys can see, this interviewer kept trying to make her say, oh, yes, it's racially motivated. Like, they really want to hear us say that. I respect the fact that she's going to hold back and wait to see what the second autopsy has to say. because hey, that's going to be the telling factor in terms of what happened here. But I've been seeing a lot of things on social media as well, and I'm really not happy about it. But let's forge ahead, honey, because we still have more. Shout out to Jasmine Crockett for that. Let's get into this next piece that I found, because I've been pulling stuff, child, trying to stay on top of this damn case and all the developments that I can find as related to it. But shout out to official Lionel B on this one. Says Nolan Wells' friend and his mother, best friend, dropped shocking admission to CNN, said that the boys lied about everything. Oh, girl, let's get into it. All right, so this is Javon and his mama. Y'all remember Javon? Javon actually sat down with TMZ to do like a little interview. This is the one that was saying, well, why do I need to go to the police? Yes, Nolan was my best friend since childhood, but why do I need to go to the police? So let's get into what he had to say. Let's go.
Fourth, you on a different boat. Do you recall seeing him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
Can you tell me what you saw? Does anything seem strange to you about the difference that people are saying of how he was separated from the group?
No, ma'am. I don't think that Nolan would say, hey, bro, I'm staying with this girl on the island. Y'all go ahead and go back without even bringing it, like not even asking to get his phone back. You know what I mean? I don't think that any of that.
What makes you so sure about that? Because, I mean, obviously you've been with him. You've spent a lot of time with him. Did you know him to be someone to leave his phone or even say, you guys go without me?
Never. I've never known Nolan to stay back while his friends leave. He's always been a guy where if he rode with you, he's going to come back with you. That's always how he's been every single time.
On the island on the 4th, you know, this friend of his, Trayston, also told ABC that video people have been talking about that was said to show some sort of altercation, it did not involve Nolan. He said it was actually him yelling in the video and that you and a family member were holding him back because he'd been in a fight. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. We were calming Trayston down. In that video where he said, give me my effing phone back, it sounds like him. So I'm pretty sure that he was right on that. But
Javon, I'm so sorry to think about what.
So then why is it that in the video when they played it for Nolan's parents, they said that definitely sound like Nolan? I mean, I'm pretty sure the parents know their son's voice. Javon, I don't know, sir. I don't know with you because you kind of giving conflicting testimonies here, but let's keep going.
You must be going through and thinking about what's happened to Nolan. I mean, you mentioned the phone. Tashima, a huge question so many people have is why he would have left his cell phone behind. And you say you were the person who actually went and retrieved that phone for the family. How'd you get your hands on the phone? Where was it? You know, this friend of his, Trayston, also.
That is correct. Christine called me and told me, hey, where are the boys? Nolan hasn't been heard from since such and such time. Where are your boys? I said, well, Javon is with his girlfriend, and I just spoke with Jalen, and they are headed to downtown, which I was literally getting ready to get in the shower to go downtown as well. She said, well, Nolan hasn't. So I instantly called with Christine on the phone, Javon. Javon said, no, he hadn't seen Nolan since early on the island. And he was like, what? Are y'all serious? He was like, yes. And so Christine intervened in the conversation, said, Nolan has not been heard from since he left the island. So Javon was like, well, that's when I seen it. I haven't seen it since then. You know, again, everybody goes their separate ways. So I then hang up from Javon because obviously there's nothing he can say to tell me anything. So then Jalen, I call him. Jalen did not answer the phone. Christine again is on the phone. Jalen did not answer the phone. LeBaron, I called. He didn't answer the phone. I called LeBaron, which is their other friend, LeBaron Broomfield. He answered. He said Jalen is in the gas station. Hold on. So he said, hey, Jalen, Mom on the phone. So he was like, Jalen, like, what's up, Mom? What's going on? I was like, hey, have y'all heard from Nolan? They said no. We have not heard from Nolan.
But where was the phone?
So I was like, well, so that's when we started checking.
Mom, you giving the long way around. I need you to get to the phone. Who cares about who was in the fucking gas station, right? Like she's giving information we don't really need. They asked you, how did you get the phone? And you talking about the gas station. You were going downtown. You was about to get in the shower.
In the phone.
Oh my God.
Well, for Christine, it said one place, but for them on Snapchat, it showed another place. I then hang up from Javon. So that's the place we went to. And it showed that everybody that was in the house, it was like a lot of people there. Like it was, I'm not familiar with all the kids. I only know like one there, but it showed that the phone was at what a lot of people were at. So that's how we knew where to go to. We went there. They were all there. They were sitting there, lights off, watching TV.
Did they immediately give you the phone? Because knowing that phone was there.
It took about 15. They did. They gave me the phone, but it took about 15 minutes to get the phone. Because I even asked, I'm like, did y'all have to walk back to Horn Island to get the phone? Or like, where's the phone? Wow. So that's the place we went to. And it showed that everybody that was in the house, it was like a lot of people there. Like, because it took so long when they said it was, when Wyatt told me it was in his truck, it took him so long to get the phone back to me.
Because they were deleting stuff. Because remember, the mama said when she got the phone back that a lot of Nolan stuff out of his phone was deleted, like Snapchats, posts, all types of posts, pictures and stuff like that he had in his phone, videos. All of those recent things were deleted. So that's why it took him so long to get back with that damn phone. It don't take you no damn 15 minutes to go to one room. Like, how big is your house? Or do you stay in the White House? Did you have to go to the left wing of your home to get this fucking phone? Like, it took you 15 minutes because you was back there going through his phone and deleting shit. Now, my question is, I know most people that have iPhones. I have an iPhone. Most people have certain security locks on their phones, a code, thumb recognition, face recognition, okay? And then a backup code, because I have all my shit in my phone. But my thing is, how did they get into Nolan's phone if they had his phone, right? How did they get into his phone to delete this stuff? How did he have his phone set up to where it had a certain lock? Because I'm pretty sure all teenagers have locks on their phones. In the event that they lose their phone, they don't want their information and pictures and private stuff like that out there. So did they know his code? Was someone watching over his shoulder when he was punching in a code to go into his phone? There's so many different ways a person can get into your phone. But my question is, why did it take 15 minutes to go back to the room after Wyatt was one of the guys who was on the boat with Nolan? I'm assuming he was at Wyatt's house because he said Wyatt had to go to his room, so that would make it Wyatt's house. Why did it take Wyatt 15 minutes to go to a room just to get a phone, to grab that phone and then come back and hand it to this person?
So when they brought the phone back.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Tashima. I want to hear that.
When they brought the phone, after I said something about it, he was like, well, she's going to get it. I was like, who's going to get it? He's like, the girl's going to get the phone. Because it took so long when they said it was.
That's a lot of red flags right there for me, right? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all take about it? I feel like Javon is not telling what he needs to tell, probably out of fear, okay? He may be afraid that whatever happened to Nolan may happen to him if he speaks. I feel like he's telling just enough not to place himself in certain situations and not to expose certain people that he knows is directly connected to whatever happened to Nolan, because he don't want to be next. That's what it's giving me, right? I think Javon knows more than he's telling. It's all over his face right here. He knows more than he's telling, right? But he ain't gonna say too much, because they probably threaten him too. Like, bitch, if you say this, if you mention me, if it gets back that you said something, like, you better shut your damn mouth. And if not, your ass gonna be next. That's probably what they told his ass. He's probably afraid. Just like the girl said, she was afraid to come forward because they were threatening them. So it would not surprise me if Javon was also threatened, right? It's a lot of red flags here. So I wanted to play that so that you guys could see that the mother, they said that the phone was pinging from different locations. So she chose a location to go to that she felt maybe the phone, maybe it's her, spidey senses say, hey, the phone will be there. She went there. All of these kids, mind you, were at this house where this phone was. So was Nolan hidden in a truck somewhere or somewhere in the vicinity? Because it was said he did leave the island, right? So how y'all get to the island that quick to get his phone if he had his phone? It's so many questions. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. All right, so let's look at pictures that they say were removed. Okay, because I ran across this too. Oh yeah, man, this is getting good. All right, Miss Jonesy, we're gonna take a look at it. Said that these pictures are from Nolan Wells' friends' social media before they removed him. Now I told you guys they've been erasing and privating and deactivating, but not before people became nosy, like myself too. I'm nosy too. I've been snooping on this shit over there too, trying to see what I can find. But they've been trying to be real careful with what they're sharing, and the stuff that was up there, they've been trying to delete and take down. But we have a lot of content creators and other people who are snooping and nosy that are screenshotting these pictures and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at these things, okay? All right. So this looks like some people on a boat here. These look like the same guys that left with Nolan. Excuse me, y'all. This could be Nolan here, right? That could be Nolan. This could be Nolan. All right, this is from, okay, so that's Evan. Evan was there. So this is from Evan's page. Y'all remember we mentioned Evan. Wyatt. Wyatt is the person who had the phone. I think Wyatt is the guy here in the middle. Wyatt is the one who had Nolan's phone. It took him 15 damn minutes to come back to the damn door with the phone right here in the middle. Okay. Here he is. Here's Nolan right here. Not sure who this person is, but let's keep going. All right. Here's Nolan. All right. This looks like this could have been the events of that night. I'm not sure, but these are pictures that were deleted. What is this? The infamous pool party. Who is this? Nolan with all the guys. This is amazing. This I'm not sure where this location is. They're tagging him as Nolan Wells. This is Eric. Eric was also mentioned. Okay. We're just getting, these are all from Wyatt's page too, mind you. Wyatt tried to go and delete this shit, but not before somebody was able to go and screenshot it. Who is this? And who is on the boat? Oh my God, that's Nolan. That's Wyatt. Now I know all these dudes, but here's Nolan right here. And they're saying that these pictures are from the 4th of July. This must be Horn Island. This definitely is a boat, and Nolan is definitely on a boat. Is he not? I don't know. Okay. Look like they're somewhere. I don't know where they are here. I'm not sure where, but looks like he hung out a lot with Wyatt. Looks like Nolan hung out a lot with Wyatt. All right. And here they are. What they got? Like Red Bulls or something. I don't know. But anywho, yeah, I really wish he would have chose some better friends. I really do. But it looked like he hung out with these guys a lot. And these are pictures that I'm not sure why they deleted these pictures, but they were able to go back and get these pictures or get these pictures before they took them down, but they're not up on their social medias as of now. What do y'all think about that? Let's continue on. All right, we're just looking at stuff. Let's look at this from The View. Sonny, Hostin weighs in on the ongoing investigation and online speculation surrounding the mysterious death of Mississippi teen Nolan Wells, who was last seen on a boat trip with friends during the 4th of July. All right, let's see what new developments we can find here. Because as I told you guys, it's kind of like a puzzle. We see something somewhere else. We see something somewhere else. We kind of go ahead and put those things together. In terms of this case, I'm feeling like it's going to be one of these type of Crump will have to solve this case, because I don't know what the hell the investigators are doing. Like, they taking too fucking long for me, and nobody's been arrested as of yet, and they should be, right? Somebody should be sitting in jail as of right now, but
has been retained by the family,
right,
and is conducting an independent investigation. So much so because it's happened in the Mississippi.
Yeah.
There are some racial undertones to this. He was the only Black kid on an island full of kids that were white. And his family is saying that he would have never, on the boat rather, and his family is saying that he would have just never stayed on the island and been left behind by his friends. There were 3 boys with him that were good friends with him.
What are they saying?
And they turned off their social media accounts. They say that they have cooperated with the police, but they kept his phone and didn't give it to his parents. And those kids said that they didn't have his phone at first. And because his mother tracked the phone through her Life 360 app, they then turned it over to someone else's, to one of her friends.
Yeah.
So if you come back with someone else's phone and you know that they're missing, why would you not call the parents immediately? Kudos to Colin Kaepernick, because Colin Kaepernick has paid for the independent autopsy,
Yeah.
flying the body from Mississippi to
DC.
Washington, D.C. so that it can be independent. And Tyler Perry is paying for his funeral.
Yeah.
Ben Crump,
Yeah, that's always something that stuck out to me. If someone is missing and you want them to be found, why not cooperate fully and give their phone so that they can go through the phone and see if there may be clues in said phone? But while you're deleting things from said phone, that makes you an accessory to a crime now, correct? If you're saying you have not seen this phone, you don't know anything about this phone to take this phone, that's a crime in itself because that's theft. You stole his phone. Why would you steal his phone? It gives motive into where he is and why he was where he was found. If you ask me, right? But everybody say, I don't know. I ain't seen no phone. And then say, hey, 360 app tracked it right here. Then you get your funky ass up and go back there and take 15 minutes to go get it and bring it back. I'm gonna know something, right? But let's keep going, honey. All right, so somebody asked me, when were they taken? Somebody was saying something about we need valid timestamps. Now, what we do know is that Nolan's parents did say that that was the first time that he had gone to Horn Island with them. So I would say that this 4th of July weekend was the very first time that he was seen out there on said boat with said guys. Okay, so that was probably the pictures that we just showed where he was on said boat would have to be the first time that he was at Horn Island with his friends, because his parents had already said that he had never been there with them before. So yeah, those will be valid pictures. All right, so let's get into something else, because now they're sending a DA to step in to represent the findings to a grand jury. Now, we didn't ask for you, DA. Miss Myers, who is this? McAldrich. We didn't ask for you, okay? And we didn't ask for you. So I ran across this as well. We're going to share it, because anything on social media can be shared, honey. And we're going to share it right here because it's directly connected to what we're talking about. All right, Miss what is it? Chanel Tarot TV says that Justice for Nolan, District Attorney steps in to represent findings to the grand jury. So District Attorney Myers Aldridge officially announced that she is scheduling a formal meeting with Nolan Wells' parents. This DA has confirmed that once law enforcement concludes its investigation, the DA's office will represent the case finding directly to a grand jury. She noted that a grand jury presentation is a standard procedure for any case involving an unknown cause of death, but emphasized that this does not automatically mean that the death is being treated as a homicide. Some foul play here. Who are you? How did you get here? You weren't supposed to be here. We didn't ask for you. We already have Ben Crump on the case, and we have other people who are actually on this case as well. We didn't ask for you. All right, and you're white, and not to say that we are racist by any figment of the imagination. Like, I need people who I know is gonna get in here and get the motherfucking job done. I'm sorry. Now, this other attorney, this Ashley person, she done pissed me off because she done changed her story. She done gave 2 different accounts. Like, no, I want people that's going to fight to find out what really happened to Nolan. Now, this lady out of the blue says she going to put herself on the case, and you want to have a sit down with Nolan's parents. No, you need to have a sit down with Ben Crump, because that's who the attorney is. From DA to attorney, that's who you should be talking to, right? If I was Ben Crump, I would tell my client, do not speak to anyone else but me and said authorities if they ask you questions about this case. Because God forbid you slip up and say something and fuck up the whole entire case, right? We already know how that works. Like, no, ma'am, Pam, get your ass on somewhere, DA lady. All right, so I found some other stuff. Let's move this down. They pissing me off, y'all. Sorry. I done got to hollering and carrying on. I ain't even want to. No, I'm not racist, because I got white friends too, but this shit pissing me off. We do not want to hear from you, lady. Okay? We do not want to hear from you. Okay, that's by Judge Roach. Got some more stuff on Karmelo here in a second too, but let's get through. Give me a second. My stuff didn't upload in order, so now I'm having to fish through. All right. Okay, yeah, I think this is it. Okay, so all right, So let's get into what this means and why this attorney wants to sit with the family and meet with the family. Because I pulled something that may kind of break this down to where it makes a little more sense. I'm not here for it though, right? Yeah, I ain't here for it, y'all. I feel like too many cooks is pissing in the damn soup for me. Okay, it's too many cooks pissing in the damn soup. I need everybody else to fall back and sit the fuck down and let the attorneys and the investigators do this shit. I need to hear. They said this week we're supposed to be hearing something about the second autopsy that was done in DC. I'm waiting to hear something about that because that's gonna be the deciding factor of what the fuck happened to him. So all these other people, this DA lady that came out, child, looking like Tammy Faye Baker, aka what's the lady that was cooking with all the butter? What's the lady name? The white lady that was cooking with all the damn butter. We don't want to see you, lady, because that's who you reminded me of right now. All right. What's that the white lady name? Oh, I'm trying to be funny this morning, but they making me so mad. Put it in there, y'all. Why I can't remember that white lady name? What's the white lady? Paula Deen. Paula Deen. Okay, because that lady, that's who you looking like. Paula damn Deen. Let me put her picture back up right quick. Paula Deen. Okay. I don't want to hear from you, Paula Deen. Go and cook something with some damn butter and sit your ass the fuck down. We did not ask you to come over here and be right here, baby. You giving Paula Deen right now. We don't need you on this case, okay? Paula Deen Jr. Sit your ass down. But let's get over here right quick so we can see what they're talking about in terms of why her ass even appeared in the first place, okay? Abracadabra your ass somewhere and sit down because we don't need you. Paula Deen, go make some biscuits or something. I don't know. All right, so the investigation has progressed to the point that prosecutors are becoming directly involved. Too many people involved. All right, I ain't trusting everybody. Yes, don't you get Paula Deen vibes? She do. I'm sorry. Go fry some chicken or make some biscuits or some shit. I don't know. Now, investigators are working towards completing the evidence gathered phase so that prosecutors can evaluate this case. Now, the district attorney is prepared to review the investigative findings to determine whether the evidence supports representing potential criminal charges to the grand jury. Now, a meeting with the family can also provide an opportunity to, one, explain where the investigation stands. Because remember, Nolan's family said they ain't heard shit from the investigations in terms of where this case is or what the findings are or what the status of the case is right now. They've been kind of mute on this situation, and they should not be. Like, they want to know what the fuck happened to their son. If you found some new developments, you should be picking up the phone to alert Ben Crump as well as the family in terms of whatever findings that you have run across in this damn case. They haven't done that, which further lets me know that there's some hanky-panky bullshit going on behind the scenes. You guys are covering up. The less you talk, the more you guys can cover up. I'm gonna say it again. The less you guys talk and give evidence and details about this case, the more you guys are able to cover shit up. Because what you don't know, you can't fight back on. Correct? I'm just saying. The less you know, the less you're able to challenge, right? I'm just saying. Let's continue, y'all. Also, they're saying that they may want to discuss what the family can expect in the coming weeks or months. So you don't want them to be able to plan accordingly to whatever you guys are finding, right? Now, they want to keep the family informed before significant procedural steps are taken. But why you ain't telling them shit? They can't be in the know if you don't tell them. Now, if the evidence supports moving forward, prosecutors may present the case to a grand jury. The grand jury will then decide whether there is probable cause to issue an indictment, not whether anyone is guilty, which someone is guilty. First of all, we already found the crime. Whoever the motherfuckers was that stole his phone, that's the first crime, right? Because now you are directly connected into a missing person and you are hiding and deleting and going through this person's phone, which you didn't even get permission to do so. You lied about his whereabouts because the 360 app tracked him multiple places, including at said residence. So if he decided to stay back, how in the fuck did he wind up at your house according to the 360 app? That's a question. I'm not even an attorney. I'm not even an attorney. So how? Nolan stay back on the island, but then on the 360 app is showing that his phone is pinging somewhere else. Why is he seen in pictures at Evan's house in a fucking pool? Why was a statement given by someone who was also at said pool party to say that Nolan was assaulted and that he was throwing up blood and gasping for air in said pool? I'm just saying. All right, so while this announcement does not guarantee the charges will be filed, it is generally a sign that the investigation is advancing into a procedural or review stage rather than remaining solely in the hands of investigators. Now, as with any investigation, of course, the final decisions will depend on the evidence developed during the investigation and the applicable law. So, of course, we're still waiting to see what information we can find as related to one after the autopsy is revealed, because then we can start building the case around the autopsy. All right. I'm hearing that there's some he was beat up and bruised up. Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna know something, because there was an altercation. It was said that he was assaulted in said pool. So I feel, and I already said it, and I'm gonna stick with what I said. I feel that he was on that boat and that he came back with the rest of them. I feel like their alibi was that he stayed behind. His family already said that's not something that Nolan would have done. Other family members and friends said, hey, yeah, no. Javon said he did see him on the boat. All right. Even though I feel like Javon did lie a little bit, I don't feel like he lied about that. Also, I do feel like he was, like I said, at the pool party, according to someone else who also saw him there. So that does give the fact that he was moved from place to place. And why the fuck did they find him? His final resting place was at Horn Island. So how you got from the pool to Horn Island is beyond me. Someone would have had to place him there. So that means you guys are tampering with evidence, and that is indeed a crime. So let's continue on. All right. So we're gonna move on from this Nolan Wells case. Let's get into this Karmelo case, because there's some new updates on that as well. All right. Lord. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please don't forget to tap on that like button. Okay, so a new judge has been assigned to the Karmelo Anthony case. All right. Now, we already know that Judge Roach has declined to recuse himself. So they say, yeah, we don't need you to recuse yourself. We're going to bring in another judge that's going to get your ass up out of there anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and get that up there, because that's the new development that is out there now. They said, Roach, you ain't got to go nowhere. All right, we about to spray your ass with your own damn tea here. Shout out to Funky Down Nita, because I love when he say that. All right, so as you guys can see here on my screen, shout out to, because this is where I saw it, Pretty Girl Catching, okay? All right, and this is broken since yesterday, okay? So a new judge has been assigned in the Karmelo Anthony case. A new court filing shows that senior judge Sid L. Harley has been assigned to hear the motion to recuse Judge John Roach in the criminal case involving Karmelo Sincere Anthony. It says that the assignment signed by the presiding judge of the First Administrative Judicial Region is effective immediately and is limited solely to the motion of or to recuse. All right. So they're gonna get him out of there either way. Either he can go by choice or by force. It's pretty much what they're saying. All right. So they put another judge over this judge. All right. So they're gonna get his ass out of there so that Karmelo can get a fair trial. Shout out to the 6 new attorneys that's working diligently for Karmelo, because they are working their asses off. This was a great move right here, right? Hallelujah, right? You ain't got to leave. You ain't got to go. You ain't got to go. We got somebody that's going to get you out of there. That's what that means. So they said, what does this mean? Judge John Roach has not been removed from the case as of yet. Instead, an independent judge will review the motion and decide whether Judge Roach should remain on the case or be recused, which he will, because he's done several violations within this case. We already saw that, all right? Until the decision is made, Judge Roach continues to preside over the underlying criminal case unless the court orders otherwise. Said I will be reviewing. Well, she said she'll be reviewing, which is great. All right. So that is what that means. So let's continue on, because there's something else that I wanted to add. All right. So we saw that already. Is that good news, y'all? That's good news, right? Yeah, I don't need that. I don't know why I brought that up. Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's look at the document. This is the court document filed on yesterday at 11:58 a.m. by Michael Gould, District Clerk, Collin County, Texas, by Rebecca Higgins, Deputy, envelope ID 117314141. All right, the state of Texas, First Administrative Judicial Region, order of assignment by the presiding judge. Okay, shout out to legal doc talk on this one. Okay, because that's where we start. All right, shout out to my mod for sending this one to me, and shout out to anybody else who's been sending me anything that's related to these cases as well, so that we can get it on video. So let's get into it. Pursuant to Rule 18A, Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, and Section 74.056 Texas Government Code, the undersigned presiding judge assigns the Honorable Sid L. Harley, Senior Judge of the 226th District Court of the 296th District Court of Collin County, Texas. Let's keep going. The judge is assigned to preside in the motion to recuse the Honorable Judge or John Roach, okay, filed in cause number 296-835-65-2025, styled the State of Texas versus Karmelo Sincere Anthony. This assigned is effective immediately and shall continue for such time as may be necessary for the assigned judge to handle this motion. So that means it's another judge who is going to be on this case overseeing and making sure that John Roach ass don't be on no more fuck shit. And I think they're going to get his ass up out of there. That's the reason why they have this judge on top of this judge in this Karmelo case. I'm happy about this. Now, say it is so ordered, okay, that the clerk of court to which this assigned is made, if it is reasonable and practicable, and if time permits, give notice of this assignment to each attorney representing a case that is to be heard in whole or in part by the assigned judge. So what's getting ready to happen is a new case is getting ready to be opened up. All right. And they don't want Judge Roach ass to be on this case. So we are looking for, let's go back. What's the judge's name? Sid Harley. We'll take you, Sid. Let's see what you're going to do, Sid. All right. So it is further ordered that the clerk, upon receipt hereof, shall post a copy of this order in a public area of the clerk's office or courthouse so that attorneys and parties may be advised of this assignment. Signed the 14th day of July. Wellis, presiding judge, First Amendment Judicial Region of Texas. All right. As you guys can see. So that's the order. That's the order for this other attorney to be over Judge Roach in this recusal. Hopefully they can recuse him and get his ass up out of there. All right. Okay. So I got some notes here. So what it means by having this new judge is said it does not remove, like I just told you guys, it will not remove Judge Roach from the case at this time. Instead, an independent judge will decide whether the motion to recuse should be granted or denied. All right. So this new judge that they're putting on the case will have more pull than Judge Roach because they're watching him. Obviously, they've seen some things that have been or rules that have not been followed as far as Judge Roach presiding over this case. So that is why another judge has been brought in on this. So I'm happy that they're actually doing that. Okay. So let's get into something that I saw which was very troubling to me for this Metcalf case. This Karmelo case directly connected to Judge Roach and the Metcalfs. All right. This person, Jason Strawn, said something on social media that I want to get on record. And then we're going to look at some more stuff because I was just like, OMG. All right. Then we're going to look at Jeff Metcalf, who is the father of the Metcalf twins. Y'all pardon me. I slept under that fan, y'all. All right. So it says, I'm totally on the Metcalf side, but now the judge that handles the call in this in the recuse phase has handed it over to a totally different judge now to handle the case of recusing Judge Roach. It says that the odds just went up for the defense with this happening. It says that the home advantage for the DA is gone. This judge, Sid Harley, is now flying in from San Antonio to handle this. Sid has recused other judges. Come on. Yes, Sid. So this judge, Sid, has recused other judges for similar actions that Judge Roach did. All right. So that means his ass is out of there like swimwear. I said that that interview that Judge Roach did with the WFAA could come back to bite him. Now they said that Sid is a no-nonsense judge that will definitely go by the book and by the law. I love her already. said that he is a strict judge on Canon 3. What is it? Canon 3B10. Not sure what that is. Said that if they recuse Judge Roach, then they will set another judge up to look at the trial and possibly give Karmelo a new trial way sooner than it takes for an appellate court to finalize an appeal. Hallelujah. Okay. They said that this is getting very interesting now. I said it makes me get a little more, makes me a little more worried about it. Said that if Judge Roach does not get recused, then there is zero chance that Karmelo will get a new trial. If Judge Roach gets recused, then said that that's a huge win for the defense and a 55-35 chance at a new trial. Okay, so we'll take that. So did y'all understand that? What I was reading to you guys? So they said that this new Judge Sid Harley, is definitely a no-nonsense judge and has recused other judges for some of the same things that Judge Roach did. So if they're going by the book, I'm just saying we're wearing our options here that Judge Roach asked to be up out of there. Shouldn't have done that interview. You violated several rights, Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights. I read for Karmelo. That's a violation as well. Conflict of interest because you knew the Metcalfs and you lied about that, and because there are pictures circulating with them and private moments, okay, party moments and stuff like that. You shouldn't have been doing that, and you shouldn't have presided over this case. Also, the way that you guys moved in terms of the time limit that it says for Karmelo to be processed, you guys hurried that because this entire process only took 24 hours from him, his case being heard to him being processed into the prison. That was a violation as well. You did not allow witnesses or Karmelo to even testify in his own case, at which he wanted to. You did not allow the psychologist to come in to give their professional opinion in this case. You would not allow it because you did not want self-defense to be on the table. That's another, it's a whole lot of stuff. That's just shit I just said off the top of my head. But what do y'all think? Let's keep going. Come on, Judge Sid. I love it. You coming on home, Karmelo. All right. So let's get into it. This racist bastard here. Let's get this on. All right. Yeah, we about to expose this. All right, because I saw something I ain't like about this too. So this Dustin Matthews person is on social media being a whole racist out here, said that y'all got me messed up. I don't care how y'all take the comment, said it ain't been, hold on. First of all, we need to see the comment so y'all know what this motherfucker was talking about. All right. Because, all right, so let's get into Dustin Matthews. Hold on. Ain't it amazing to me how when people get caught, they always want to issue an apology, right? Let me go back to, I feel like I'm missing something. All right, let's go back. Y'all bear with me. I know I uploaded it. Okay. Did I get it? No. I know I don't get rid of shit. I know I got it. Hold on. All right. I may have to read it to y'all. I don't want to keep uploading. My God. All right, hold on. So let's get to this comment that this mug made, because this was so out of pocket. I said, are we really on social media being racist like this? Like, hold on. Okay. So this Dustin person, I can't believe I didn't upload it. As you guys can see here, I don't know. Let me go back to my main screen. I'm gonna go old school right quick. Can y'all see this? No. All right. So I'm gonna read it. Just trust me. All right. I ain't gonna never lie to you. So this Dustin Matthews person, let me go back to my screen right here. All right. So he says that, did y'all happen to see the hanging of the Wells kid out there? So when was Nolan Wells hung somewhere? Right? That's some racist shit to say. Knowing that their family is sitting back watching all this shit on social media, right? So he posted a picture, okay? He posted a picture of Nolan, and then he asked a question on social media asking, did y'all happen to see the hanging of the Wells kid out there? When was Nolan hanging? Or do you know something that we don't know? That's my question, right? When was Nolan hanging somewhere? And do you know something that we don't know? So when somebody checked him on that, then he wants to come back and say, my comment was distasteful and bad timing. You think? You think with their mom and everybody else doing press conferences, crying in press conferences and asking for any leads about their son and the disappearance of their son and what happened to him. Now you want to come back because your ass got flamed on social media for saying that shit that you said about Nolan being hung somewhere, right? We know this is Mississippi, but hello. So he says, my comment was distasteful and bad timing. However, nothing I said meant any disrespect to any of the Wells family. I said, I do want that to be clear. It was never a race comment. Hanging? Yeah, Nolan is a black kid. Okay. Said that more against the agenda being pushed. Said that I hope Christine and the Wells family finds the answers they are after. And again, my apologies to the Wells family. Yeah, we can't take your apology because that was very much so racist. Do y'all get that? Did that seem racist to y'all? Does that seem racist to you guys, what he said about Nolan being found hanging? Did y'all see the picture of Nolan being hanging somewhere? Where was he hanging? Right? Weird. So now that you get called out, now it's let me hurry up and apologize. So let's get into what he said. Y'all got me messed up. I don't care how y'all take the comment. Now you apologize, but then you don't care how the comment was taken. So this person says that I ain't never been about race with us. So take that down the road. So that I made the comment due to the media trying to portray it that way. And cause just sit right here. That don't make sense. Said that I know the Wells and they know that I would never be blatantly disrespectful to them. So that comment was very much so disrespectful. I don't care how much you know them. I don't care how many times you've ever been to their house. If you're making a post saying, did you see the Wells kid hanging somewhere, when that's not even been brought out through the investigation, through anything. We haven't seen no pictures or nobody said nothing about Nolan Wells hanging nowhere. He was found, they said, on the fucking island near the water. So how did he go from that to being hung now? And then when you get called out and blasted about it, now it's you're not being racist, because we all know what used to happen to and that shit still been happening, right? To our black kids and black people, period, in the deep down South, where people have been found hanging places. So that was very much so a racist comment. He said, I do see now that it can be interpreted. However, I apologize. And that is all I will say. So just because you apologize don't mean you meant it. You shouldn't have said it. Okay. What is in the heart and in the head is what comes out of the mouth. Okay. That's what I mean. That's what I feel. All right. What's in your heart comes out of your mouth. So it says that there is nothing racist about what happened. And I truly believe that. And that's the media is trying to make it like that. Said that yes, our questions are unanswered, but I don't think that they took Nolan to the island with bad intentions. Delusional. Said that I think that the kids know more, yes, but never was it about race, and I hope y'all find the answers that you are looking for. Said, but I want to unalive all whites. Now that is not the answer. But want to unalive all whites now is not the answer. Who said something about doing that? Said our community has never been this way, and this wasn't even EC, what that is, and now all this. Says, however, I'm not hard to find, but I do apologize for the comment for those that took it out of context. What other way would you take that? As to say that Nolan was hanging somewhere. What other way would you take that? That's not even a way to joke, especially in a time like this when the investigation is still ongoing to find out what happened to this young man, right? Said I meant nothing disrespectful to all my friends of color, and y'all know that. Always a racist person always will say, oh, I got black friends, so I can't be racist. Yeah, that doesn't mean that. Said I won't be going back and forth with this nonsense. So they've been eating his ass up on social media. So now it's I already apologize for this, and that's not what I meant. That's exactly what you said, okay? So I want to put that out there so that it can also be seen. Mr. Dustin Matthews, all right? That's what he goes by on social media. So yes, we put your ass on blast, all right? So let's get into some more news that I know you guys will absolutely be able to use. All right, so let's get into Jeff Metcalf's racist ass, because that's exactly what he is. All right. Mr. He didn't want his son Hunter on the damn stand because he knew his son had police reports and all types of things going on with him. I don't know how a fly got in my house, but okay. So let's get into Jeff Metcalf, because I ran across this post. This was said about Jeff Metcalf said this. Check this out. September 8th, 2025, ran across this where he says the ability to do some foul shit and play victim is a true form of mental illness. It is one of the most calculated and cruel tactics a person can use because it doesn't just end with the damage they've already done. It adds another layer of destruction by shifting the blame onto the very people they hurt. They'll stab you in the back, then scream in pain as they're the ones who were betrayed. They'll create chaos, lie without remorse, and then when the truth begins to surface, they'll quickly put on a mask of innocence, tears, and rage, making it seem like you're the problem. This isn't just manipulation. Now, this is Jeff Metcalf, the Metcalf twins' fathers. This isn't just manipulation, it's psychological warfare. Said it's gaslighting at its highest level because they're not only dodging accountability, they're rewriting the entire story so that they can keep their image clean while you carry the weight of guilt and shame. The scariest part is how easily some people fall for it, rushing to comfort the victim while the real victim sits in silence, questioning reality, wondering how the person who caused harm is suddenly the one receiving sympathy. This behavior isn't just toxic, it's dangerous because it leaves scars that go far beyond the surface. It destroys trust. It teaches you to doubt your instincts, and it makes healing so much harder. But the truth is, people who master the art of being both the villain and the victim never truly escape their own darkness. Their lies shield. I don't know why I cut off there. But so far what we heard, of course, he's talking about the Karmelo Anthony situation and of, you know, Karmelo asking to be able to, I guess, plead self-defense in this situation. So he, I guess, was trying to say that his son, by his son no longer being here anymore, is that the blame was being shifted, and trying to say that Karmelo wanted to plead self-defense in this case definitely should not have been able to be done, which we know, I'm pretty sure he had a long conversation with Judge Roach to say that no, we do not want self-defense on the table at all. Like, he unalived my son, I want first degree, and that's what we want, right? So now he's saying that the blame being shifted. Well, let's talk about your son who actually started this whole entire situation. Again, Austin Metcalf would still be here had he not said anything to Karmelo, had he not gotten out of his seat to confront him, had he not been a bully on that day. Let's even go back further. Had he not been there, period, because he wasn't supposed to, right? Your son wasn't even supposed to be on campus because he was suspended for a previous altercation. Both of your sons. So had your son not showed up that day, and they showed him walking on camera in there with his compadres like he was coming to do something to somebody anyway. So had he not showed up that day, you wouldn't have to write this whole dissertation about somebody playing victim, when that's absolutely what your wife, okay, ex-wife now, because she left you because your ass is violent, and your son, your surviving son, Hunter Metcalf, who is also a violent individual, okay? When we talk about psychological warfare, your sons absolutely had psychological issues going on because all they did was manipulate, bully, and bother other kids who weren't bothering them. And they had very poor sportsmanship as well, because someone saying that something sucked about a game caused them to manipulate and bully other kids because they can't have their own freedom of speech in terms of speaking how they feel. So your sons felt that they had to correct other people when they obviously were born and raised without correction, or their asses wouldn't be in the situation they're in now. You would not be sitting here with one unalived son and another son whose ass is running around here giving false statements. And I feel like his ass should be locked up when this whole appeal case, when this new trial is actually in place as well. That's just how I feel, Jeff Metcalf. While you're out here feeling like people are being manipulated, your sons are absolutely manipulators and liars. The one that ain't here and the one that's still here are liars, okay? So let's get that on the record as well, since we want to point shit out. But let's get into the let's go ahead and get into the reality TV portion, child, because I'm tired of cases. God, it's gonna piss me off. Let's get into Martell right quick so I don't forget. Martell, child, was over there in the Facebook chat rooms. Over there going off, child. I saw the post. I said, oh, let's screenshot that, baby. Let's screenshot that. So you guys remember the video? I think this was season 5, 6 somewhere, where Martell was telling Melody that she was not performing like she needed to in the bedroom. Shout out to 418 watching. I knew that Martell thumbnail was going to get y'all here. I knew it. Yeah, we're going to talk about Martell, okay? But shout out to what is it? Love and Marriage Huntsville T3. I think that's where I saw it. It's a Facebook like chat room or post or something like that. Anyway, they were playing a video of the episode with Martell telling Melody that she wasn't giving him fellatio enough, and that's the reason why he stepped out and cheated, and that she needed to step up. And anytime that he asked her, I think I played that video probably like a week ago, where he was telling Melody, when your husband asks you to do certain things in the bedroom, you should do it because that's your husband, right? So of course, this was when Melody had already found out that Martell was stepping out and sleeping around with Ariana among other women, because she said it wasn't just Ariana he was cheating with. So she stopped doing certain sexual things in the bedroom, and I don't blame her. I'm not putting my mouth down there on you if you fucking several bitches. Sorry. Okay, sorry. If you out here running through bitches like that, I'm not putting my mouth down there to be walking around with bumps in this region. I'm not in a hurry to do that, right? So I understand Melody and you know, her not wanting to do that. But Martell just felt like no matter who I sleep with, you should still get on your knees when I ask you to. But anywho, of course, this person, Charles Wright, when this video was played, he 3 weeks ago, of course, commented. Martell, for some odd reason, he decided to hop in. We're gonna look at his comment here in a second. But this person, Charles L. Wright, decided to say, y'all missing what this man said. He says that he's being extremely transparent. Y'all ain't listening. We are very much so listening, Mr. Charles Wright. It's given that you are a male pick-me, so to speak. All right. You are kissing Martell's ass, and I'm pretty sure he appreciates you for doing so. But bottom line is, no one should feel the need to have to be forced to do something sexual with another person if they know that their health, for one, and their life is going to be put at risk. Okay, it's dangerous nowadays to be giving any type of sexual anything if they know that said person is very promiscuous. Martell was said to be very promiscuous in his marriage, and when his wife caught that and peeped that, then she decided not to do certain things and put her mouth in places that they should not have been. Right? I wouldn't have kissed him or nothing, because even your side piece was saying you was eating ass, and I don't want to be too graphic, but we are raw. Right? You can't be eating ass and then reach in and get a kiss. Not for me. Not for me. I don't like bumps. Y'all see my face? Y'all see the bumps on my face? We got clear skin, right? So why would I want bumps around my mouth with clear skin? Oh, y'all play too much, right? So let's get to what Martell had to say. This is Martell. So shout out to the Love and Marriage Huntsville chat room. That's in Facebook, all right? Here's Martell 14 hours ago. Now, this person said this 3 weeks ago. Martell ain't got shit else to do. See, you should be at a job somewhere. So when your kids come over, you can have some food to feed them, because they mama said you don't be having no food over there, right? But you got time to be scrolling the internet to see what everybody got to say about you. And a person play a video from season 5 or maybe 6, and you gonna hop in the comments, Martell? So here's Martell saying, bruh, these women are from, what is it? These women are from and own. See, you can't even type. Said, bro, these women are from and own another planet. Said that they didn't hear shit, but ready to be on her side, meaning Melody's side. So in the video, Melody told Martell, whenever he said to her that your husband, you should do this because I'm your husband, and you are, you know, withholding certain sexual things from me, and you shouldn't do that because I'm your husband if your husband asked you to do that. So Melody said, well, you should have kept, you know, your penis in the house, and you shouldn't be stepping out doing certain things. And I don't feel like, you know, that you should be asking me to do this because there's some things that I need you to do. Melody said, I'd like for you to talk dirty to me, but you don't do it. Martell said, well, I don't do that. So how is it that you have all this list of things that you want her to do for you, these extra freaky things for Melody to do, but then when she say, I need you to speak freaky to me, I like that. That kind of gets the party started with me. That wake up things with me. Like maybe she wants you to go downtown like SWV, and you say you don't do that, but you eat ass. I don't know. And I feel like, you know, if you over here munching back there with the booty brownies, then, you know, it's only a couple steps to the front. That's all I'm saying, right? Is that too graphic? Is that too graphic? I mean, it's not sex education. Those of you that are grown, you married, in a relationship, you got kids, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's just a couple steps forward. If you're already back there, munching on the booty cheeks and whatnot, if she's telling you as your wife, right? If you don't do that shit to your wife, who should you be doing it to? if your wife is telling you that she likes to be pleased with her legs in the V shape and your face in the place, then don't be telling her that's not something I like to do. But then your baby mama over here saying that you're an avid ass eater. Right? And talking dirty, that should come easy to you, Martell. I mean, that should be natural to you. Your wife said talk dirty to her. Should I like a little dirty talk too, right? We grown, shit. We grown. We like a little dirty talk. I like a little dirty talk too. Hell, when you trying to get into the moment, say that shit. Or should I might say some dirty shit too? Right? Did we go too far? You too? Okay, I don't see my video flashing yet, so I'm good. On my ass, right? Y'all gonna get it raw and uncut over here. I have to watch because my video get the flash and the YouTube be like, all right, bitch, you're going too far. Okay. But Martell, yeah. So Martell thinks that all of a sudden now women are on Melody's side and we didn't hear shit that was going on. We didn't hear what he had to say. We absolutely heard you. And I feel like you were being very selfish in that moment, Martell, if I say so myself. I feel like you're being very selfish, that you felt that somebody was supposed to always be giving you something and catering to you and your needs and desires. But then when it was time for her to tell you what she needed, then you want to clock out and say what you don't do. I feel like you do a lot of things. You just didn't want to do it with her. Okay? You had a nasty person that had trains ran on them, according to Marcel. Ariane, okay? Ariane had trains ran on her. Let's go back to my screen over here. We got sound effects now. Hallelujah. Marcel said that your baby mama, the one that laid down and was pregnant several times from you, okay? He said he was in the room one time. Okay. Yeah. That's called a train being ran on. That means it was a train ran on you. So that's nasty. That's like multiple juices in the room with one person, right? Like one person's behind you, they're done, then the next person step up, then the next person step up, and it's just that's what they give. So you over there with that, you okay with that, but your wife, who you took vows with, to love, honor, cherish, obey, and all that shit. I ain't say obey in mine. I ain't say that. I ain't obeying nobody but the Lord. Okay. But you gave vows to your wife, and your wife just asked you to speak dirty to her and occasionally go downtown. And you got a problem with it? But you love her. Watch your baby mama get ran through. But whatever, Martell, you want to be fighting and arguing with strangers in the comments, go off. I mean, you could be at a job somewhere, you know. But let's continue. Y'all to put that out there because he loved playing for a face, child. Good little choo-choo train. What's a good little choo-choo train, child? Let's get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta beat, child, because Lord. That's amazing. You stand back and watch. And let's not forget, Ariane said, honey, if you want to holler at Martell, because it's given that y'all just pimping each other out. Ariane said, you want to holler at Martell, hop in his DMs. So obviously, she don't give a fuck who he lay with. And obviously, he already said him and Marceau been ucking the same biatches. So it's giving y'all just out here just wilding out. Y'all stop shopping and wop dropping out this bitch. That's what it's giving. It's a lot of thought monsters in Huntsville. That's what it's giving. And all y'all asses need to pile up and one good church man and head on down there to the damn clinic, and all y'all asses need to be checked. While you down there getting clipped and getting vasectomies and shit, you need to see what kind of bump that is down there. Okay? Yeah. Check on that. Moving on. Let's get into this Shamea Mwangi after she done hopped her ass up there and tried to expose Porsha, didn't want to run to the car and cry like her ass was at a damn funeral. Just say you want to be friends again, okay? You ain't got to do all that. But let's get into Shamea. Shout out to the left-handed Gemini. So Shamea Mwangi on the fickle nature of a relationship on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Lord, were you and Porsha dating at some point? Because I ain't never cried over no friend that I lost, right? It's just understood. Bitch, if I don't fool with you no more, on to the next, right? On to the I ain't crying about it. I'm not sending you no flowers. I'm not sending you no card. I'm not going to the car and beat on the steering wheel. I don't give a fuck no more. That's just how I feel. Maybe it's the Leo in me. But let's get into this.
With this, you know, one day they love you, one day they hate you. You just have to stay true to who you are.
Has this changed how you look at sisterhood at all? Because I mean, you went through a lot publicly. You've seen what bandwagon looks like.
Yeah.
You've seen what miscommunication. You've seen pretty much
seen
everything.
But the blessed thing about it is that I was born with sisters, and I stay true to that. Like, we are girls. We love to see each other win, and that spirals out to my real life. I've cheered NBA, NFL, for 6 years and 5 years on this team, 6 years on this team. So I've got a bunch of extended sisters that I cheered with, and we are still very much supportive of each other. We have each other's back until the wheels fall off. So now I'm a part of a friend group, and we may not always see eye to eye,
right.
But at the end of the day, I support and uplift sisters. That's just what it's about. If it's reciprocated, great. If it's not, oh well, it doesn't stop my blessings. God is blessing me, and my cup runneth over.
Well, why you crying on TV then? Let me tell y'all what Shamea's problem is. All right, I peeped, and I had to think about it a little bit after all these clips that we watched. Okay, again, shout out to Left-Handed Gemini on this. All right, let's talk about what Shamea's real problem is. And I know some of you guys are going to agree and some of you guys won't. That the beauty about that is that it's okay. Over here, sometimes y'all are going to agree with my commentary, sometimes you won't. It's fine. And you can vocalize that in the comments, but be respectful because we do clap back, okay? But what I was going to say was, I feel that Shamea right now does have everything that she wants. I feel like there's a missing piece with Shamea, okay? There's a missing piece with Shamea. Shamea wants fame. That's something that Shamea's always wanted. Shamea's been in movies, but she's always been like the extra, okay? Even in her friendship with Porsha, she's been the extra. So now that it looks like fame is just like really close, like, oh my God, I got my peach now. It's time for me to shine. It's time for me to bust out. Notice she's put out music, and that's great. Nothing wrong with that, right? Notice she put out music. Now she's putting out this rum business. Now she's doing this, as you should. You have a husband who is very, rich, wealthy, whatever you want to call him, and you have access to these things. So why not start something on the side for you and not just be this wife who rely on your husband and whatever he has going on? But I feel like Shamea wants fame. So the reason that she accepted this peach was because she felt like she could kind of rise to the top like cream with Porsha. But the problem with Porsha is it ain't going to be but one boss in the room, okay? Porsha ain't gonna let you boss up in her presence because it's understood that Porsha is that girl this season, right? Porsha is the boss this season on the fucking show. So you gotta be very careful when you're fucking with a person like Porsha, who we know is not as bright, but she's smart enough to know not to let a bitch one up and overstep her on her platform, because really she's the boss. She's the highest paid. She's that girl this season. It's understood. And you know it. The other girls know it as well. All right. Porsha knows how to move in a room full of motherfucking vultures. So what Shamea was not counting on was, being that you guys are not in a great space, like even though you have your peach, Porsha ain't happy about that. Like you said, she told you, like, you got all this other stuff going on with cheering and with the Falcons and all that. Go do that. Like, she don't want to share her platform. And I guess I understand that, right? I feel like there's growth and there's room for everyone. Porsha tried her hand at singing. It went nowhere. So now she found her net on this show. And now that she is the star of the show this season, okay, she doesn't want to share that with you, Shamea. Shamea wants fame. She wants that top spot where Porsha is. And on paper, she does give housewife, right? We see that. She's married. She has a husband. She has a family. She has a huge house. She has a businesses. We know who she is by way of clout from other things that she's involved herself into. But that one missing piece she doesn't have, which is that fame. She wants that fame to the level of where Porsha is. Now, on the flip side, Porsha don't have the things that Shamea has. Do I feel like there's a little jealousy in retrospect? I do. Right? I feel like Porsha does want that, but she ain't about to give up that top spot for that, because this fame, that position that she's been placed in on Real Housewives of Atlanta surpasses Shamea, because Porsha is that girl. Shamea wants to be that girl, even though she has all the things that Porsha does not possess. Did y'all get that? Did we explain that right? All right, so let's get to the next piece of this, because the people are still calling out. Yeah, Shamea wants fame, you guys. Shamea wants fame because, like I said, you're in the $9 million house. You driving a Bentley truck. Like, you got the husband, you got the family, all the things that Porsha's always wanted. Like, and you're still not happy. Like your husband begged you to stay home, you're still not happy. And I feel like Shamea wants that fame now. And I feel like she see it and plain as day. And it's like within her reach, and she want it bad. And now she's at a point to where even if I got to take my friend down to get it, bitch, let's go. That's her mentality right now. All right, so let's get into this. We looked at a couple comments yesterday in terms of how the people feel about this, back and forth with Shamea. We already know that Porsha has clapped back and revealed some things about Shamea sleeping around. I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna play a video for you guys here in a minute where Porsha, I feel like Porsha's go-to is to lie. And it's given that the lie always sound the same. The married pastor. A married pastor is always thrown in Porsha's lies. And Porsha has been known to lie on people. Even if she doesn't have like real truth about them, that she will make up something as her get back. And she doesn't care how bad it hurts that person. That's just her. That's just how she operates. But we'll look at that here in a second. But let's get into these comments. Shout out to the Bravo Shade Room. They're saying here, this person says, Egypt Rodriguez says that my honest, unbiased opinion on the Shamea Porsha situation, because I don't know these people personally and they don't pay none of my bills and don't. Says Shamea, I still love her and she's still my girl, but I do think that there's a time and place for everything. Said I think seeing Porsha make up with Kelly of all people triggered something. I feel that way too. Said meanwhile, Shamea has spent years showing up for Porsha while feeling like that same loyalty wasn't always returned. All of that. Okay. Yeah, all of that. So she also goes on to say that last night she reached her boiling point, and I don't think she was wrong for feeling that way. Said that I just wish that she would have saved that conversation for another moment outside of dinner, even if she had to pull Porsha for a one-on-one. I said that yesterday, but then I also said, okay, this is TV, so if you're gonna act a fool, you might as well do it on TV, get them ratings up, and secure your spot on the show, right? So bringing it up at dinner made her look bitter a little bit. It did kind of make her look bitter, and played right into the narrative that these ladies have been trying to push, and that she's obsessed with Porsha, which personally I don't believe. Now, what Porsha was able to do, and I noticed this whenever Shamea turned up, Porsha dialed down, which then made Shamea look like the crazy person, like Shamea was this person who was harassing Porsha, and that she was this thirsty individual. So Porsha played her card well. Porsha been on TV for quite some time, so she knows how to play the game. All right. Porsha was able to dial back and allow Shamea to be on the rah-rah, while Porsha said, why are you saying that? Why are you thinking that? When we all know Porsha can jump over some tables and beat a bitch up, right? We know Porsha got that rah-rah in her, but Porsha did that, what's the word I'm looking for? Porsha did that reverse psychology on Shamea while Shamea turned up and was here with it. Porsha was able to dial back and was calm, cool, and collective, and allowed Shamea to look like the crazy, obsessed fan on the show. Did y'all catch that? She sure did. All right, let's keep going. She goes on to say that I think she's simply a genuine person who's grieving the loss of a friendship and trying to work through her emotions. Anybody who's been through what she's been through would feel some type of way, and you're lying if you say you wouldn't. She said that now Porsha, I think, throws rocks and hides her hands. I absolutely believe that Shamea, when she said that Porsha made comments about this being her platform and not wanting her on the show, I can see that. Said that honestly fits her dynamic we've watched for years. Okay. She also goes on to say that to me, this said that the show exposed cracks that were already there. Because I told y'all that it's more to the situation between Porsha and Shamea. It's more of an underlying issue. What we've seen, the surface shit, is way more. Like you gotta go further down. It's more under the crust of what's going on between the two of them. Because if you're a best friend of all these years, it can be pushed out of your life because she's privately expressed her hurt feelings because your friendship said that then maybe the friendship wasn't as solid as it appeared to be, if there was really ever one. I agree with that. Something happened with the crack in their foundation, but I want to get into this clip that I ran across with Porsha. With Porsha, I think Shamea was there as well. You guys are going to get to see Kenya is here, and of course Candy, because Candy calls Porsha out on a lie. So I want to play that for you guys, so that you guys can kind of see how Porsha operates. Anytime you come for Porsha and try to expose her, Porsha is going to always make some shit up. All right. Do I feel like some of the things she said about Shamea was made up? I do, as a clapback, as a comeback. Some of the stuff could have been true or actual factual, but I also feel like Porsha kind of put 20 on 10 in terms of the lies that she probably told as a clapback. But let's get into what was said here. Shout out to Jasmine Smith.
To throw me under the bus and make up about me.
Whether we were friends in the past and did we did, when you take low blows and you say something about me, I'm going to say something about you.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Now Porsha wants to admit that she was lying as retaliation for what was supposedly said about her and Black.
Let's read this. Said, if we're going to discuss it, then keep it between us. Now let's discuss you sleeping with your manager who's married to one of your high school friends. Okay, so y'all remember that's the newest thing that she just said about Shamea. Let's keep going.
She keeps lying over and over again. Pinocchio over here going for broke with the bull.
In this particular instance, I will say that I wish my response hadn't have been as much. But at that moment, I didn't appreciate it. And so I just unleashed.
What you say now? You can't make stuff up because you didn't like what somebody said that is true.
Continue to throw me under the bus.
So Kandi is calling Porsha out for just yelling out some shit when in a moment of anger and lied on Kandi, okay, as a get back. And now we see the same thing going on with Kelly. She did that with Kelly. They said, Kelly, I saw you with this married pastor child down there at Atlanta at the BET Awards. Kelly has denied it. Not to say that Kelly don't lie too, but this is seeming to be a pattern of behavior with Porsha, like you did it with Kandi. Now we hear the same thing, and it's always this lying or this married pastor. That's always her go-to. Okay, like damn, why it always got to be a married pastor? And now you're saying that this person is a married pastor with Shamea. When you clap back at her, and you also said that and other people that you know of that she slept with as well. So I don't know. Is this like a pattern of behavior with Porsha? Let's play it again.
And make up about me.
Whether we were friends in the past and did we did, when you take low blows and you say something about me, I'm going to say something about you.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Now Porsha wants to admit that she was lying as retaliation for what was supposedly said about her and Black. She keeps lying over and over again. Pinocchio over here going for broke with the bull.
In this particular instance, I will say that I wish my response hadn't have been as much. But at that moment, I didn't appreciate it. And so I just unleashed.
What you say now? You can't make stuff up because you didn't like what somebody said that is true.
So somebody said something about you that was true, and because they sliced your ass real good with that truth, then you came back and made up some shit and just started blabbing out and yelling and tried to make it sound believable. Whole time it was a damn lie. So could that have been the same issue between she and Shamea in that moment on the show? Right? Do we have to play it again just to refresh you guys' memory? Hold on. Yeah, we will, because that's the next thing, coincidentally. All right, let's go back to it. Let's go back just to refresh your memory. We about to get up off this because I got to go anyway, okay? All right, so of course, fans react to Shamea Morton accused Porsha Williams' mother of trying to sleep with her father. So let's go ahead and look at this. Shout out to Mr. Housewives, all right? Let's refresh your memory on this, all right? And then we're going to look at what the people are saying over on Twitter about this situation too. Let's go.
My dad. Yeah, but everybody doesn't know that your mom tried to sleep with my dad.
So this person says that when I say I have not gagged and had my mouth dropped moments, said on Real Housewives of Atlanta like this in years, child. Said that Porsha's mom did what? Shamea's mom slept with who? Like everybody's flabbergasted by this. Said that Mama Diane, after she left Shamea's papa's house. Oh God.
Goodness. God. Goodness.
So they said Mama Diane after she left Shamea's papa's house. Girl, I know when you get your back cracked real good, you do be hungry, child. All right, you be like, damn, what we got here to eat? Okay, let's move on. Okay, Kempire. I love Kempire. Y'all like Kempire? Shout out to Kempire. So Kempire says that I believe Miss Diane did try to sleep with Shamea's dad, but I also believe that Mama Morton tried to sleep with Shamea's uncle. Ooh, come on through, Kempire. So it said, what in the Jerry Springer? Okay. Shout out to Kim Fire. All right, so this person said that Shamea been hating the fact that the whole season Porsha been minding her business and not addressing any issues concerning their friendship. Shamea didn't like to see Porsha being loved by everyone. Typical Candy behavior. How Candy get in this? Oh Lord, Candy about to be crying again. This person here says that Shamea wants to bring up Porsha's child and Porsha's mother while trying to play the victim. Said Shamea is in the wrong, period. Oh, child.
What you will not.
All right, so let's
do it. My mother, you understand? I will walk your ass in this place. No, you won't. No. What you will not do is my mother. You understand? I will walk your ass in this place.
Not y'all should whoop your ass in this place, child. Says so this person said that the energy I need from Porsha after Shamea dropped that bomb. We all know Porsha can get rah-rah. All right. We all saw Porsha and Cynthia get into a whole fight on the boat where Cynthia was kicking the shit out of Porsha and Porsha was going batshit crazy, right? We done saw Porsha snatch Kenya up. Now we know Porsha got hands. So it's amazing to me how Porsha kept herself calm, cool, and collected, and then hop her ass up out that seat and dive over that table on Shamea and snatch her damn bangs out like she did Kenya at the damn reunion when she blew that bullhorn in her face and had that sepsis up over there on her, right? We all know Porsha has the tendency to go there.
The same thing I see in her eyes when I lost my best friend last year and divorced my husband. The same devilness, the same emptiness I saw in his eyes, I can see sitting here in hers. Now, until that spirit get up off of her, I ain't with it. It's the same thing I see in her eyes.
So she said that Shamea got empty eyes. Like she's coming around, she's so empty because she misses her friendship, and Porsha is gonna make it a point to keep ignoring her and making her feel empty inside. Right? I told y'all yesterday, if you ever been in a room with somebody that you kind of, at odds with, and you're not really cool with them, they'll kind of like stare at you like, "Oh, you gonna speak to me?" Like, it's kind of like a battle of who gonna speak to who first, or if you're gonna speak at all, right? They'll just kind of like stare at you or kind of be around you so that they can kind of get your energy or get your attention. And Porsha just like, she ignored Shamea this entire season. And it kind of pissed Shamea off when Porsha made up with Kelly, who is said to be Shamea's friend this season. So they said it's giving her pray. It said it's giving her pray for the homosexual sermon energy. Porsha exudes nothing but liar. Ooh, child. So this person said that Shamea is saying the truth and that she was spot on, saying like mother, like daughter. Said it's a generational thing, right? Because hoes are generational, right? Hoes can be generational, right? If your mama was a hoe, it might trickle down to you and your bloodline, and then you grow up to be a hoe. You just never know, right? You just never know till you get out here and just start having hoe tendencies, right? So let's keep going. So said after season 16 reunion, Don Juan said that Shamea's mom was sitting on some info that was going to shut everything down. But I bet he was expecting Porsha to also have one in the chamber for Shamea's mom. Bruh, what was it?
I can't even get my thoughts together when it comes to that bitch. I can't even get my thoughts together when it comes to that bitch. I can't.
Ooh, child, right? Said, and if Shamea? See, y'all need. This person said, and if Shamea, y'all renaming people, is holding all this hate in her heart for Porsha, why would you think that she would want to bring her child around her? I said that yesterday. You mad at me? You mad at my child? No, we cannot come for no damn play date. Sorry. All right. So this person said that this girl didn't want you on the show, and her mama tried to sleep with your damn dad, but you still want to be besties with her. Girl, that's interesting.
Yeah.
He's saying it's giving carpet munching energies. Like Shamea, are you kind of missing the carpet munching? Allegedly, we'll say allegedly, hypothetically, maybe. Are you missing the carpet munching moments between you and Porsha? Because I mean, they said she did that Shamea, you did share a kiss or two or something like that with Candy. So it's giving that y'all are like kissing cousins or kissing, whatever the case may be. Carpet munching friends or something, right? You over there watching Netflix or something, and she throw a leg over you, and the next thing you know, your mouth is glistening. I don't know shit. But I said, and meanwhile, this was posted on May the 7th, 2025. Shamea's mom said that Porsha's mom, Diane, is my friend. She'll always be my friend. She is a sweetheart.
Okay. Did you find that you had more in common with some of the ladies versus the other ones?
Oh my God, let me tell y'all. Well, first of all, Porsha's mom, Diane, she's my friend. She'll always be my friend. She's a sweetheart too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you?
I think that might have changed after that last episode. Okay. Just saying. I said Shamea to Porsha. How much more of these we got? Shamea to Porsha said, I'm hurt that you won't bring your daughter to my house. Also, Shamea said that your mom tried to ugh my father And that's why Porsha won't bring her daughter around you. All right, last one, because I ain't reading all this. I'm sick of this. Says it, like I keep telling y'all, Porsha is a student of Nene Leakes and Nene's first daughter. Nene did take her under her wing, now that I think about it. Nene did take Porsha under her wing, so I see where all this shit is coming from. Said that she flipped that right back to Shamea, and she looks dumb as fuck. All right, so I'm done because I'm sick of this Shamea and Porsha situation, Lord. All right, what else do I got? Oh, dear God. Okay, so we got two more, and then I gotta go. Jesus Christ. The cases, Lord, the cases got me behind this morning. All right, so I told you guys yesterday about yeah, girl, her mouth was shining like she ate a whole 8-piece box of chicken over there with Porsha. Y'all know Porsha like girls, child. Okay. And Shamea do too. Shamea like a little girl on girl action too. So it's child was y'all sister, scissor sisters over there, right? Friends / scissor sisters, right? Threw your leg over her and whatnot. All right, so shout out to the Jasmine brand. So I told y'all yesterday that Phaedra was opening up about her bond with Apollo's first son, who looks just like Apollo. Y'all see him right here? There's Apollo. And then there's his son. So let's get into what Phaedra had to say about him. I wanted to play that for you guys so that you guys can see it.
Ulani from South Africa said you went to the Bailey Bowl game with Apollo's first son. What is the relationship between him and your two boys been like?
It's excellent.
That's great.
It is so good.
So it's like they suddenly have a big brother. Ulani from South Africa.
And I trust him so much. I mean, he and I just love him. Like
that's
he's my
great.
Own son. Yeah. So I wish they would have shown when I introduced him, but that didn't make the cut. But yeah.
So he actually filmed a scene on the show. That would have been great to see that, because that would have given, that would have kind of gave Phaedra some type of footprint this season, because people are like, girl, you gave nothing. That would have been great to see Porsha, I'm not Porsha, but Phaedra interacting with Apollo's son, directly connected to her sons, because she didn't really want nothing to do with Apollo, but to see her interacting with his son on screen, that would have been great to see, right? That would have gave us something.
Yeah, so he's a part of our family. I mean, we love him.
That is really great.
Yeah. And he's so sweet.
Come on, Mama Bear.
But by the way, I mean, the boys, the boys must be so excited to suddenly have a big brother.
No, but they work out together. I mean, he picks them up. If I say I need you to babysit, he'll come over. I mean, he is the best big brother. We love you, Trey. He's so sweet.
Come on, Mama Bear.
But by the way, I mean,
I love that. Okay, so yeah, shout out to Phaedra for opening up, because I would think she wouldn't want to trust nobody connected to Apollo, let alone his child. But shout out to Phaedra for that. All right, so let's get into this very, very last thing. Did I want to talk about them again? I kind of don't. I'm gonna end the show right here, and we'll do that for quick pop in. Okay. All right, so we're gonna end the show on that note. Shout out to all of you guys here today. I appreciate you all for joining the live. Please don't forget, he do look like Apollo, don't he? Just like Apollo. All right. Yeah, that's cute, right? That's cute. I love that. So, yes, guys, please don't forget to tap on the like button. Shout out to my top flight moms, Stephanie Thomas, Rose Armstead, and Truth TV podcast. All right. Shout out to you guys. Those are my top flight moms. 463 watching me. I almost got 500 watching me. OMG. But thank y'all so much for being here. All the content creators, thank y'all for being here as well in the chat as well as in the bushes. Thank you to my Karmelians for being here as well in the chat as well as in the bushes. You guys, please check me out on all publications under Karmel Rail. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I am on, of course, YouTube. Also on our backup channel, Rails World. Check me out over there as well. What else? Oh, and also don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to hype up the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Some of you guys I see have been coming and watching our content over here for quite some time. If you like it here, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. So please do so. All right, we would love to have you. Y'all go ahead and sound off in the comments, and let me know what you guys feel about all the topics that we discussed in this video. All right, I will see you guys later. Until the next video. Let's get y'all out of here, honey. Let's see what I want to play for y'all today. Okay. Bye.